All right, guys, we have some Premier League trades to discuss in this episode. This is going to be an offensively American segment. We don't care. If you want to see more videos like this, let us know in the comments. We're taking a shot in the dark here. Not sure if you guys will like it or not, so we're going to need some feedback. Basically, we have trade propositions that we have all conjured up. I have a couple, Hayden has a couple, Connor has a few. And we're going to see and get everybody's opinion. Would these trades work? Which club would say no? All things like that in this episode. Drop a like in the video if you enjoy. I'm going to go first here. Alexander Isak. I'm thinking, what teams can put a package together to get Isak in? And I'm starting with Liverpool. I'm starting with Liverpool here.
Okay.
If you're Liverpool, Darwin Nunez, Harvey Elliott, and 2 first-round picks. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, hold on. God, they're gonna take Shador Sanders.
I didn't know we had those.
They're gonna take Shador.
They're bringing in Shador Sanders. Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! And the rights to D'Amico Ryan's next contract is Texans coach. Okay, no, but for real. I was thinking this: Alexander Isak for McAllister and Darwin Nunez.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
Wow. Okay, here's my question. Does since McAllister is in this deal, is that what makes Liverpool say no?
Potentially.
Because I think you could argue that Isak might have more transfer value than McAllister just 1-to-1. But from I think he's been a massive success at Liverpool. I think Liverpool fans love him, and he's still a young guy. That's a tough one.
I think if Liverpool proposed that, then Newcastle would take that hands down. But if Newcastle proposed, yes, I think that easy. They'd be like, yes, let's do it. Let's make it happen. You know, because at the end of the day, if they really need to, they can replace Darwin, right? They need
Can
somebody
Newcastle
to
replace Isak, though? That's the thing for me. Like, is Isak the hottest striker commodity in the market right now?
Do you think he's in the market?
Well, no. I'm saying like, I'll say, yeah, I put that horribly. The most sought after striker in the Prem
in
right
terms
now.
of the number of teams that would die to have him, I think he kind of fits the bill exactly. And I mean, I think the other question you have to ask too is Liverpool selling a little low on Darwin at that point? Because when he got brought in, it was him and Haaland, and he's still young. He plays well for the national team. I mean, I don't know. I think there's reasons for both sides to potentially say no, but I think it's really close.
I think Newcastle would get more out of that deal in that your midfield would be totally good, solid, done, dusted. Darwin, you can let him sit. You can take the pressure off of him by signing somebody else to come in, right? Giving him like a backup. You have a rotation there. I think they would gain more. And you know what? I just don't think that Liverpool is the same without McAllister. I don't think that they are. I think like in this system, he is pretty essential. So if they had a replacement to back it up, okay. I'll put it this way. Liverpool would be gaining a lot more bang for their buck, right? McAllister and Darwin together don't equal the cost of Isak, in my opinion, right?
Isak's worth more than those two players.
Isak is worth more than those two players, but I feel like Newcastle would be gaining more, if that makes any sense.
The sum of the parts would be
the sum of the parts. Yeah.
Okay, I was here's my rationale for this. Obviously, Liverpool get one of the best strikers in the Prem, and that's kind of been an area of concern. I mean, Darwin doesn't even start anymore.
Yeah.
So you get the pointiest spear tip that exists right now in the Prem. And you have Luis Diaz on one side, and you have Mo Salah outright, albeit in his final year. Liverpool, you get McAllister, to, like you said, Connor, partner with Guimaraes, and you get Darwin. Bro, just let him run with Anthony Gordon. He's
Straight
not
up.
a bad player. Just let him run. And for Liverpool, while losing Mack would be big, you still have a midfield of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Wataru Endo. Still pretty damn good. Harvey Elliott too. Curtis Jones can play in the midfield as well. Like, they have options, and they're getting, top 5 striker right now. If you're a Liverpool or Newcastle fan, would you accept this down below? I have one more here. Another Isak package. This one from
God,
Arsenal.
you want this man out.
No, I just think it's really interesting to discuss. For me, trading for Isak right now is like, I don't know, trading for like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, genuinely, you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Arsenal's trade offer for Alexander Isak. You let me know who says no. Gabriel Jesus, Leandro Trossard, and Calafiori for Isak.
Newcastle says no.
Newcastle says no. Ooh, okay.
I think, let's look at the NBA, right? When you are trading away a star player, 9 times out of 10, the team trading the star player away ends up regretting that trade 5 years down the line, because it's really difficult to take $1 and make 4 quarters equal the same thing on the court. And so I think with Isak, it has to be a deal that kind of knocks your socks off.
Okay, you don't think getting Calafiori...
Gabriel Jesus is also injured.
True, but he'll give you 20 games.
Yeah. Should we just take that away? Should we give it carte blanche there? He's not injured in this scenario?
No. I took that into consideration.
Okay.
That's why I had to throw a third player in there, because I know Jesus ain't going to give you 38 games.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, you get Jesus. Let's say he plays 25 games this season for Newcastle. He might hit double digits. I think he would, actually. You get Calafiori in there. Okay, there's your Kieran Trippier replacement. He's getting too old, trips, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Calafiori. Boom. One of Italy's best defenders. I think he's like 23. Done. You got your right back for the next 8 years. And then just to sweeten the deal, just Trossard in there, who's one of the most underrated and probably one of the best substitutions, super subs in the Prem, who could easily start for Newcastle as well, if needed.
Yeah.
I think it's a good trade, man. I don't know who says no. I thought I was cooking with this one.
I think it's pretty good. I think just the excitement surrounding Isak is very tough. And what people are going to be looking at is who replaces the 9. They don't want a serviceable replacement. Newcastle likes having a superstar right now. So I think maybe purely in like an excitement standpoint, I totally get what you're saying for value. For value, I'm totally fine. I just think the optics of it would be very hard for them to rationalize. That's a talisman right now. That's like trading for OKC Russ middle of the season. You gonna have to throw in, bro. You gonna have to throw in Odegaard to that deal.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the talisman status is the only thing preventing that. I like what you said about you'd probably hit double digits. They'll be scoring goals. It'll be okay. Defensively, they'd probably get back to where they were last year, or at least close to it, right?
They're getting 3 starters for Isak.
They're getting 3 starters for Isak.
That ain't bad. If you trading, God, who's an example here? If you trading Damian Lillard for Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, I'm too far in the weeds here.
Dame Wash. Come on, man. Come on.
I'm way too.
Our Ecuadorian fan base is going to be like, what?
Yeah. The Swedish fans are like, I've never seen the NBA in my life. Okay, let's say those were the 2 offers. Liverpool's offer of Darwin Nunez and McAllister, or Arsenal's offer of Jesus, Leandro Trossard, Calafiori. Which one do you think Newcastle takes?
Oh, okay. So Isak gotta go. And those are the 2 trade packages offered.
He said, I'm not re-signing.
Trade request, yeah.
Oh, trade request. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler style.
He's doing the Jimmy Butler. Yep.
He's doing the Jimmy Butler, baby.
Except way more relevant and good right now.
I think Liverpool. I think they take Liverpool's offer. I think you get a high-end midfielder, and you get a guy who could potentially, if he reaches his 90th percentile outcome, could be in the same neighborhood as Isak. different player, but same, impact.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I think I agree with you there. I think the Liverpool deal is more tempting, but there's some about that Arsenal one. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the way you broke it down, but I just feel like Isak is an Arsenal guy. Maybe that's what I'm seeing here. If he had to choose, I feel like he'd take Arsenal. But at the end of the
Okay.
day, it's Newcastle's contract. I think he's going Liverpool.
Okay. Let us know in the comments. Hayden, why don't you give us your first trade,
All right. I
Premier
think
League
Bro,
big trade?
this is fun. We
This
gotta
ma-
do this
Yeah,
more
no,
often.
this is sick. We're
This-
doing this again. I asked you guys to comment. F that. We're doing it no matter what. I don't care if nobody watches.
This is purely American. This is our
Yeah.
this may be the
This is-
only
this
one
is
I
safe,
get
safe
to.
space.
This may be the only one I get to. But I think it needs to be said. And I apologize, everybody. This will complete the trifecta of Isak trades. So, in NBA Twitter, there is a time-honored tradition of in late January, early February, to propose the most outlandish, offensive, and perplexing trades possible. Now, I have rationale behind this, and I will get to that to a moment, but I'm just going to rip it off here. Manchester City receives Alexander Isak and
Okay.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh.
Newcastle
Okay.
receives, and there's a part 2 to this deal. We can add something on, but the first
Oh,
offer.
it's a 3-team trade.
No. There can be an ancillary piece here added from City, but I want to see your first reaction.
Let's hear it.
Newcastle receives Erling Haaland. So, rationale here. Newcastle, taken over by the Saudi fund, they have wanted to get superstars in the door, but have been unable to due to financial restrictions. If they could have, they would have loved to sign somebody like Erling Haaland. For City, we just spent a lot of time talking about how the midfield has holes, and they have had a lot of interest, known interest around Bruno Guimaraes. And a lot of City fans want a more complete striker than Erling Haaland. You get that with Isak and Guimaraes. I looked on Transfermarkt. Take a guess what Erling Haaland's transfer value is.
120.
200. That's insane. But
That's also just not true. But
no,
okay.
of course it's not true. But to demonstrate the point, he is at least top 3 most valuable football players in the world right now.
Not true. Can I
In
jump
terms
in?
of
I
on
think
the open
Newcastle's.
In terms of the open market, Erling Haaland would get more money than almost anybody, except for maybe Mbappe and Vinicius.
I think Newcastle says no to that deal. No way they give up Guimaraes.
Well, let me throw in something else here.
Oh, okay.
So let me sweeten the pot.
Cash considerations.
Would Newcastle be interested in Kevin De Bruyne and potentially being able to loan him out to a Saudi club, which he has had connections to in the summer?
Wow. So they're getting Haaland and De Bruyne on a 6-month loan.
Yeah. But they have the opportunity to sign him and keep him in the
okay.
system. And there's been talk about De Bruyne leaving even potentially for MLS at the end of the year.
I think that's tough. I think they say no. Now I agree with you with how much Haaland is worth. Everybody's kind of, poo-pooing his value, like he didn't break the record in recent memory. We all watched that happen. It's like we all collectively forgot. But I think his value is insane. And I think his talent is insane. I don't think that they would take anything without replacing Guimaraes in that situation. They take Haaland, right?
Mhm.
They take Haaland and they make the Isak trade with somebody else, right? We get Guimaraes and we send them, call it a cool 30 financial obligation breaches.
So you're saying that they take on the responsibility for our financial wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm. So they get Haaland and 30 of our financial allegations.
Yeah.
We get Guimaraes, and that frees up them to trade Isak to Liverpool to get McAllister.
Okay.
How about that?
And that could be the difference between a 30-point deduction and a 40, 50,
I'm saying.
Okay. Liverpool receive Isak.
Yeah.
Newcastle receive Holland and breaches of financial fair play.
Yeah.
And City receive Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh yeah.
Is there
And
a way
Matt Turner on a 6-month loan.
Is there a way? Is there a way we can get something from Liverpool to help replace what we're losing with Holland?
Yeah, his name's Omar Marmoush. You just signed him from.
Yeah,
Frankfurt.
that's true. If you spent 80 million on him, yeah. By the way, I'm
gonna
not
play.
advocating for this. I'm not advocating for this. It's just it's an intellectual exercise.
Oh, we're having fun.
Oh yeah, we're having fun. Connor, why don't you bring us into the next one? I think Newcastle say no in that deal, Hayden. But I love it.
Man.
It was fantastic.
Okay.
That was a really good one. I like the. I think we need to get as complicated and convoluted with these as
Yep.
we can next time.
Yep.
All right. I'm talking 3-4 team trades.
Yep.
Find an outside investor.
Naming rights.
Player option.
We did some of the big teams. I want to head to some still pretty competent teams, but I'm going to spread the love around. All right.
Okay.
And I'm really proud of this trade here. Okay. So Brighton is going to approach Ipswich. Okay. Brighton is going to approach Ipswich. Brighton is going to offer Ferguson and Adingra for Liam Delap. No cash considerations, straight trade. Liam Delap for Ferguson and Adingra. And this happens immediately.
Well, Brighton's going to be able to sell Liam in a year for at least 100 million based on how things have gone with him in the past.
100%. And I'm saying that Mr. Ferguson, my boy, he needs a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
My guy's been injured. When he played, he was looking like a shell of his former self.
Yep.
I think he's got to go, get his feet set in the championship because we all know they're going down. Liam Delap has proven that he is an out-and-out Premier League player. He's a dog. He never gets injured. You've got a veteran like Danny Welbeck playing whenever Delap needs a break, whenever he needs a sub, or Delap comes in as an impact sub for the first season. And frankly, Adingra, the person who loses the most here is Adingra. That is
I think it's Ferguson.
You think so? Adingra's a Cup of Nations winner. Ferguson, what have you done for me? You gave me one good season, big guy, and had some trade interest from Manchester United. I love him. He's Irish. I love him. But I don't know. Liam Delap's doing more for me right now.
They're both at risk because I'll say this: Ipswich say yes, and I think quite quickly they say yes.
Quite quickly, yeah.
You get two starters. Your front three becomes Adingra, Hutchinson, Ferguson. Is that enough to keep them up? Maybe.
I don't think it is. I don't think
Brighton gets to offload one of their wingers. They got like 35 on the roster.
Yeah, Buonanotte is coming back soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's happening.
I think it's a done deal.
Done deal? Both. Is this a win-win trade?
I think it might be.
I was pretty happy with this. I was like, I should be a Premier League script writer. They should hire me. I would take that. Maybe that's the angle that we need. We're writing the script for the 2025-2026 Premier League season. I got a blockbuster right here. Okay.
Drop it. I got a great one afterwards. Drop it.
Okay, fantastic. Hayden, I'm going to need your input on this.
Okay.
I'm a script writer, so we're posing this to the two teams, City and Arsenal. Okay?
Okay.
Arsenal receives. How about this? Manchester City receives Martin Odegaard. Okay? Immediately. Effective immediately. That's a Kevin De Bruyne replacement right there. Solves a massive amount of our issues in the midfield. Kevin De Bruyne sees the rest of the season out. And Arsenal, in turn, they receive Bernardo Silva and Savinho. Hear me out.
Oh.
Bernardo Silva is worth 77 million, right? Savinho worth 57. He's not a starter. He's a rotation guy. And Arsenal can throw him in there to start. You get attacking firepower. Bernardo Silva's there to see through the rest of the season. You say no, Jack?
No, I'm saying no to Savinho's transfer value.
You don't say 57 million?
Well, those aren't. I
Hell
mean,
no.
transfer
Like,
No,
market
this
is
is
inflated.
just
It's just
I know. I'm not saying that he's tried. I'm just saying that's insanity.
probably
It is
closer
insanity.
to 30, something like that.
Yeah. In terms of the trade, okay. So Arsenal could potentially have Saka and Silva as their attacking wingers. Savinho becomes the first sub, 55th minute every game. And Martinelli. I mean, that's some pretty good winger depth. I'm not gonna lie.
That's great winger depth. And Bernardo Silva doesn't have to play winger.
No, he can be
Throw
a
him into the
midfielder.
midfield.
Okay.
He's played right
That
back
would be
before, too.
interesting. I
He's
don't
played
know
right
who
back.
says no in that one.
I think it really hurts to give up Bernardo as a City because when City has been at their best, the way that Bernardo can hold on to the fucking ball is elite. Like the way that he takes care of the ball is really, really important for us.
Yeah.
But Odegaard, that's a guy I'm sure they would love to have him. And he kind of
Yeah.
becomes that talisman to try and replace KDB in the next year or so. Honestly, I think City might quabble with the Savinho part, maybe try to get something of lesser value instead. But I think City might say yes.
I think City can replace Savinho, right? They can replace him. Odegaard is from the same country as their 9.
Yeah.
You want to talk
That's
about a connection
crazy.
there?
Yeah,
The
that's crazy.
Norwegians might subsidize that trade. They might say, we'll send, I don't know, 30 tons of canned fish to the Arsenal training ground.
Smoked salmon. Yep.
Smoked
trout.
salmon to get your
Yeah.
lads the omega-3s. They're
Yeah.
going to be flexible as all get-outs. Their joint health is going to be insane, and Bernardo won't get injured.
I think this is a yes. I think it's a yes.
I'm feeling
It's a
pretty confident.
fascinating move. Yeah, I like it. I wonder if Arsenal will struggle to say yes. That's my only thing. I
Yeah.
feel like their fan base will be more resistant. But that's really interesting. Okay. I got a good one here. I like that we're getting away from the big teams. Matthias Cunha.
I
from
knew it.
Wolves.
I knew you were going to say something about this dude.
Okay.
Chelsea come knocking.
Oh, God damn it.
They say, we'll give you Reece James, Badiashile, and Christopher Nkunku. What happens?
Ooh. Okay. This actually this is a
That's a
greatly-
blockbuster.
That's a well-constructed trade, Jack, because Nkunku has had issues, injuries, all that stuff. Reece James, we all know what happens to him. He gets hurt all the time. But the opportunity for Wolves to get 3 players of that caliber in the door, I think that's really hard to say no to.
That's insanely hard to say no to. Even if Reece James gives you 6 world-class games that season,
That's a
and
Champions
all
League
he
caliber
plays,
player.
he is. He is.
Dude, and that Wolves backline sucks. So they get 2
Sucks.
defenders. I had Levi Colwill instead of Badiashile, but I thought I was taking the piss there. I had to take him off.
That would
I
be.
think the best center back Chelsea would include is Badiashile. Maybe Wesley Fofana because he's always hurt.
The ghost
But
of
I wasn't sure.
Azpilicueta?
Oh, he's too busy starting for Atleti when we drop points, actually. I don't know, man. I think both teams would take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're taking that. Yeah.
Chelsea wants to get rid of Nkunku, I'm sure, anyway. I mean, he's the odd man out. I think this is a yes. I think it's a yes.
This is a yes?
Yeah, I got 2 more. We can do
Okay.
dealer's choice. Would you guys like to hear West Ham, or would you like a
Yes.
little Liverpool? Okay.
West
Yes.
Ham. Yeah.
Because West Ham was my next one. So, yes, let's hear it.
All right. I'm trying to find a way for Arsenal to get some coverage for Saka.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
They have a Saka problem right now because he's hurt. Arsenal receive Jared Bowen.
Okay.
And West Ham receive Jesus and Trossard.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I think Arsenal would be happy to figure it out. If we need to work on this deal a little bit, I think they would be happy to.
This is like trading two very good 3-and-D players
Yeah.
for Paul George.
Yeah. Except
Dude.
not hurt Paul George.
Yeah.
And
Not
Someone who
16
actually
points per
plays.
game, Paul
Yeah.
George. Yeah.
Dude, Paul George wishes he was Jared Bowen, frankly. Paul George wishes he was Jared Bowen.
See, I think you said Jesus and Trossard.
yeah.
It's a
I tell you what.
toughie. Yeah, go.
They take Jesus and Ben White. Woo! They need
I
some
think-
defense, man.
I think maybe that's the answer. I think maybe that's the answer because I feel like Ben White is consistent, you know? Jesus, I'm worried. Everybody says good things about him, but he hasn't flourished in the way that he was predicted to. I don't know. You've got a proven commodity in Jared Bowen. I think just a bit bigger of a name for the optics, like Ben White there, somebody who's going to cover your ass. I think, yeah.
So the
I think,
updated
yeah.
trade is who and Ben White? Did you say Trossard? Or did you say
It could
Jesus?
be either. I think Trossard, Ben White for Bowen.
Oh, Trossard, Ben White. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think both come out winning. I think.
I like it. Do we think that Arsenal has enough coverage in the back line after that?
Yeah, they got Timber,
Yeah.
Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel.
Okay, so they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I think
Now,
they'd be okay.
What if I told you that Ben White said, I'm not going to West Ham?
Then I think he's missing a massive opportunity to be the face of a franchise because that would go so hard, dude. If I wake up and I see Ben White traded to West Ham, holy shit,
Dude.
the Prem is back, baby.
It's so
Oh
much
my
better.
God.
It's so much better this way.
It's so much better this way.
Dude,
I was thinking-
can you imagine a draft, a European football draft?
Yeah, man, they're missing out, dude.
Wait,
I've been dying for that. I
in the
need 2K to release a footy game now because I'm doing Serpentine draft. Oh yeah, I'm going.
So yeah, I have one more, but I think Jack, you said you had one as well.
This is more of an open-ended one. Eberechi Eze, Crystal Palace.
Who makes
Manchester United come for him.
Okay. All
All right. So we need a package deal here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna see
Oh.
several players trade sides. All right. Crystal Palace steps up. They say we'll give you Eberechi Eze and Daniel Munoz, but we want Diallo and Mazraoui. Who says no?
So essentially, what's been going right for Manchester United?
Correct. We're going to take the two signings that have
We're taking
worked,
the only joy in your life for Eze.
and we're going to give you the pit bull of Cartagena and Eberechi Eze.
I'll tell you right now. Current Manchester United, they would take that. But if you ask Mr. Flynn, Manager Flynn, I say no. I say no.
Not enough value for Man U.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't overhype it, but don't fix it.
Well, United's
know,
a
it
little
is
kinda broke,
a little
though.
broke. Yeah, a little.
It
bit.
is broke.
It's a little broke, but don't take the two things that are working. It's like my transmission's broken, better get some new
Right.
tires. What are we doing? Hear me out.
Hear me out. Bruno gets help in the midfield finally. He gets to go back to being an 8. Eze is the true 10. They haven't had that in a long time. Daniel
Yeah.
Munoz steps in and replaces Mazraoui, no problem. Sorry to the Moroccans watching, no problem. He's a better player. Diallo goes to Palace. That winger play's been diabolical with Ismail Assar. Sorry, he's a fraud. Mateta gets his Robin up top. Crystal Palace could easily resell him in 3 years for still like 40, 50 million. So financially, they're protected. And they get a right back Mizrahi, who's very good at defense, and they can still play their back three with the 2 wing backs and be okay. I think it's a win-win, man.
I just think that what Manchester United needs is consistency. Give me some goddamned consistency for the first time in the last decade. Can we do that? That's all I want. That's my opinion. But otherwise, trade is sound. But I don't think shaking things up again would be good for Man U. You're going to end up like the Brooklyn Nets. You've made 6 blockbuster trades in the last 4 years. And now you're left with nobody, because then nobody's a Man United guy. I think, yes, that trade sounds good and it works, but I think the club is the issue, not the personnel. That matches up.
I think something you have to think about when making these trades is who walks away stoked and who walks away like, cool. All right, we did it. Like, I think Crystal Palace feels really good about that. And I think United is like, okay, all right, we'll see.
They get England International Eberechi Eze. What do you mean?
I don't. I really take Connor's point about stability, maybe not consistency.
Yeah, stability.
Well, because I think that something that can get clubs in real trouble is trying to forego some pain and making real building blocks by just going and getting a star. This ain't the NBA as much as we're trying to make it. I'm on the fence.
Eze for Rashford and Mizrahi.
Yes.
Rashford gets out, fresh start at life.
He's already gone.
Man, you get the cam.
Yep.
And I guess now Palace have serious depth at defense. I'm not sure Mizrahi works as a trade partner for Marcus Rashford, but
I think Rashford's a bit. Yeah, they had that option. They want to get him out. Okay, I'm seeing that a little bit more.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't touch Manchester United. I'm very scared. I'm very hesitant for them. No more.
Okay.
Don't stir the pot. Okay. To me, but I like that trade. I like both of the trades that you offered. It's just the club itself is the issue. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get my last one in here real quick?
Yeah.
All right. We're going back to the Big Six, baby. I might get smoked for this, okay? And that's totally fine.
Okay.
Chelsea need a goalkeeper.
Shit. All right.
How about Alisson?
Okay.
A guy who
you're gonna have to sell the farm. All right.
A guy. What? Okay, maybe. Now, what if we're living in a world where Alisson,
Nottingham Forest are top 4?
No. Well, yeah, where Alisson is essentially signaling that he's going to leave. And that's been something that has been at least talked about so far in the real world. So that I'm operating under this assumption. Liverpool got beat out by Chelsea a mere year or so ago for Romeo Lavia. Is there a deal around Alisson and Romeo Lavia that we can make work? If we understand that Alisson has his eyes set somewhere else.
Okay. He's probably one step from requesting a trade. So maybe it's not as blockbuster as Jimmy Butler looking to leave.
Yeah, and Lavia hasn't really worked out for Chelsea, but I'm not exactly sure. I think some of that is injury, but I'm not exactly sure that's necessarily his fault. There's too many guys in the room.
Here's what I'm thinking. Liverpool will part ways with Alisson because they have Kelleher as the backup already.
Right.
But if I'm Liverpool, I'm not trading Alisson to Chelsea unless you give me a fullback because Trent's gone. Yep. And I'm not sure Reece James is good enough given his injury history.
Cucurella.
So I'm needing 3 players here, bro. Break it down for me. I need Reece James +2 for Allison.
What about is Liverpool more interested in Cucurella than Reece James? From an availability standpoint,
Robbo's getting older. Sure. So you're telling me we're gonna take both Chelsea fullbacks
no.
for
I'm
Allison.
saying Cucurella and Lavia for Allison.
Cucurella and Lavia. Cucurella and Lavia.
You can hang up the phone. That's fine. I just have 80 players on my squad that I had to figure something out for.
I think you throw a third one in. I think you throw a third one in.
Yeah, you're talking about like the third best goalkeeper in the world. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Give me a lone guy. Give me a lone guy. Give me 2 lone guys. I'm thinking like who does Chelsea have that's like Levi Colwill back when he was on loan?
Let's
You know what I'm saying? Like
Chalobah.
there's got to be something sexy here. There's got to be a
There,
seller.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Hold on. We can do
Chelsea
better than
needs to
that.
feel some kind of pain in order to make this happen.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Robert Sanchez is a disaster. So they will be willing to part ways with that. Cole Palmer for Allison?
Just straight as is.
I'm kidding. That will never ever happen. How about who's the
Is there a way
sexy
you make this
option
work?
here?
Is there a way you make this work with Enzo? You get 2 Argentines at Liverpool. He's kind of wishy-washy at Chelsea.
Yeah, if he's just in a better situation, does he become the guy that he was supposed to be?
Where he's more comfortable. Let's think about this. We're the script writers. Okay. He left his wife and kids, proceeded to ball out for about 6 games. 4 games. With a potential 5th. If he's by his friend McAllister, who he's used to playing with, in a situation where he's more comfortable, with a potential Uruguayan at the 9.
Okay.
Is that a better fit? Does that feel better? Cucurella
Okay.
and Enzo?
And Enzo.
Yeah.
Does
For
that make
Allison
sense?
And Curtis Jones?
They don't need anybody. Get them out. They need to offload
yeah,
the
I'm-
salary.
Here's the thing. You can't, if you're Liverpool, you can't throw in an offensive player. Chelsea have too many forwards. I was thinking like send goddamn, what's the guy's name? Like Chiesa, who's barely been played. But they don't need Chiesa. If they're looking for underperforming Mediterranean forwards, they already have João Felix. They do not need to go get another one.
Well,
I don't think the trade. I'm gonna say, dude, it's not possible. There's no possible way to square the circle. Allison to Chelsea doesn't work.
Is Liverpool, or rather, is Chelsea just okay with getting Allison? I mean, like we said, he's world-class goalkeeper.
But Liverpool don't take it. They don't take any trade. There's nothing Chelsea can offer they would say yes to outside of Cole Palmer. They don't take Enzo. They already have Mac, who's better, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they kind of fill a similar role there.
Okay, how about this? This is insane. Allison in Gravenberch for Moises Caicedo.
They were in on him too, right? Liverpool?
Yes. They lost to Chelsea. That might be the one, lads. That might be the one.
Dude, I feel like my brain chemistry just got altered.
You know what? I think Liverpool. I think that it need to be an even for even, right? Allison.
You don't think it's even for even?
Oh,
listen to me.
Oh, okay.
Moises Caicedo, world-class player, tremendous. You know, obviously second man up next to Rodri. Put him up there, right behind Rodri. Liverpool are gonna want 2 for 2. They're gonna have like a superstar trade. Fine, that's great.
Cucurella.
They
throw him in.
Cucurella and Caicedo for Gravenberch and Allison.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Maybe I'm underselling Gravenberch here, but he's 22 years old. I mean, he's young as well. But Moises Caicedo, 23 years old, world class. As soon as Rodri is gone, he becomes the best defensive midfielder in the Prem.
In the world.
In the world, yeah. And for Liverpool, I understand how we feel about Alisson, but also understanding the cover that they have behind him, understanding that he's always a threat to leave. I mean, at least from my perspective, I've seen talk of that. And if that's going to actually happen, do you think at that point, does adding Cucurella into the deal, does that kind of break things for Chelsea?
That's where they think you're getting a little greedy.
Yeah.
That's where.
It's close.
It is so close. Do we make this a 3-team trade? Is there a way that we can fit somebody else in? Dude, I'm having fun with this. This is way too much.
Okay.
How can we fit Isak into this?
Wait, let's think. Let's think. So
get Newcastle on the phone, dude.
What are we trying to accomplish here, right? So we have the outline of this deal already.
Liverpool are looking for the best midfield in the Premier League. That's their objective.
Okay.
And can I throw this in here as well?
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that's Liverpool's objective. I'm thinking Todd Levy is an Alisson fan.
Todd Bowley.
Todd Bowley. Daniel Levy. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Todd Bowley is an Alisson fan. He's been he grew up watching Alisson somehow.
Yeah.
He is dead set. He's either spending $1 billion to buy Alisson or
he's going Matt Ishbia. He's like, get me Kevin Durant.
Yes. I need this. So those are the two motivations. How do they make this work? Does it have to be a third team? Does a third team have to come in here?
Well, if that's the parameters that we're working under, then Cucurella isn't a problem.
Yeah,
because
no, but we're the script writers, so we have to make it make sense. Okay. So do we throw a third team in here to make this work?
Is the idea that we need to get more value going back to Liverpool while not having Cucurella in the deal? Is that what the idea is?
Yes. We need somebody to make Cucurella worth it. I think Wolves get involved.
Okay.
I think Wolves get involved. No. You need replacement now for Chelsea. They send Mario Lemina down to Chelsea. And so now the CDM is solidified. They're covered. Somebody's got to send Wolves something now in this.
So I think in this case, Chelsea is sending Wolves young guys.
Wolves get Robbo from Liverpool. Okay? Cucurella and Caicedo go to Liverpool. Mario Lemina goes to Chelsea. And Alisson and Gravenberch also go to Chelsea.
God, Chelsea got more players out of this somehow.
Yes.
Well, you could argue they have the best player in the deal.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
Wait, who do Wolves get? They get Anthony Robertson. I don't know if they...
No. They need... I'm thinking some young players from Chelsea.
Yeah, they need some young players from Chelsea too.
Okay.
So, like, they could do...
Pedro Neto goes back.
No, come on,
to Wolves after 6 months at Chelsea.
Who are some of these younger guys that they just don't?
Chukwuemeka? They send him down?
I think he's on loan.
This is getting ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
I'm struggling to somehow Raul Jimenez is going to end up at Liverpool.
We know there's a way we can make this work. I think we found it's a matter of getting a couple of young guys to Wolves, and that's that. So
I'm not as well versed on the Chelsea Youth Academy, but I think that is the answer here. The loan army for Chelsea, somebody's moving over to Wolves in this scenario.
Nkunku to Wolves.
Okay, they send in Kunku and they offload Malo Gusto too. So Wolves get a defender, which they really need.
Yeah.
They get forward depth in Kunku, who should be a starter when healthy. They send Lemina to Chelsea. He takes Moises Caicedo's spot. Robbo doesn't leave in this scenario.
Yeah,
Gravenberch and Alisson go to Chelsea.
Yep.
And Chelsea send Moises Caicedo
Cucurella
to Liverpool. and Cucurella to Liverpool.
This is a disaster.
Picasso, baby. Let's go.
Picasso.
This would
This is like
destroy the
Jackson
fabric of the
Pollock.
Premier League.
Picasso's too precise. This is like we just threw a grenade at like a
Yeah.
tree stump, you know?
This is Guernica, if it's any Picasso
This is
painting. Oh my lord. Wow, that is madness. Madness. I think every team would say yes. I
think
really
so.
do.
This is insane.
What am I gonna title this video? Like, I can't just like the Great Allison trade. Like, I don't know what. Oh my god!
I don't know.
Trades that would break the Premier League. I think that's what I'm gonna
Ooh,
call it.
yeah. I like it.
Yeah. We need to institute that. Forget all this financial fair play nonsense. We got to
Yeah.
bring some American stability to this game.
And as we know, English fans have always been open to American implementation
open
into their
to-
They
To
love
American
all of our
opinion and
ideas.
insight.
They
and
love
culture.
it. Yeah.
Todd Bowley, Jesse Marsh, both beloved figures.
Yeah.
In the Premier League landscape, in the history of the
We're doing a part 2, guys. Hit subscribe. We're doing a part 2. I have some bangers already ready to go, but we do not have time. So this is just gonna have to become like a monthly series. Premier League trade block episode 1. Hit subscribe for that. Let us know what you think about these blockbusters down below. This was insane. I don't even know who comes out the biggest winner of everything we said. It's absolute chaos.
Alexander
we
Isak.
Absolute chaos.
Alexander
Yeah,
Isak.
Alexander Isak.
And he feels
Newcastle
very
fans are
wanted right now.
furious right now, dude. They freaking hate us. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please consider sharing it with a friend. That would go a long way. If you say, hey, there's this funny podcast, they're now doing these Premier League trade ideas, that would be very much appreciated from the cast here at Deadball TV. You can also check us out on social media. Links in the description. Be sure you follow me and my co-host down below. Shout out to Hayden for coming on the channel again. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.